In the top stories, voter objection hearings to begin in late March, says Supervisor of Elections. Dozens killed in landslides near Brazil's Rio de Janeiro, and Hong Kong forced to use makeshift facilities for COVID patients. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today's Thursday, the 17th of February 2022. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, Supervisor of Elections for St. Kitts and Nevis, Elvin Bailey, has informed that hearings for objections to persons on the annual register of voters for 2022 are being scheduled to begin late in March. The annual register of voters for 2022, published on January 31, lists persons on St. Kitts and Nevis who were registered to vote up until November 30 of 2021. At the end of the objection period, there were a total of 590 objections for the 8 constituencies on St. Kitts. 527 of those are being challenged as deceased. On Nevis, there were 401 objections over 3 constituencies. 114 are challenged as being deceased. Mr. Bailey also noted that incomplete or incorrect objections will not be processed. He also pointed out that by a recent amendment to the Act, persons whose addresses have changed have a 6-month grace period to amend their information before they become illegally registered. He stressed that the Act does not allow any amendment to an objection after the period for objections has passed. Therefore, objections that are based on incorrect information and any that are received after the due date will not be addressed. The Climate Resilience Data Challenge is a component of the 6th Growth and Resilience Dialogue organized by the ECCB in collaboration with the OECS Commission, the World Bank, and the University of the West Indies. Ahead of the hosting of the event in April, Chairman of the Data Challenge Committee and Director of Academic Affairs at the UE5 Islands campus, Dr. Curtis Charles, was a guest on ECCB Connect to speak about the initiative. He said the Climate Resilience Data Challenge will focus on the use of advanced technology to gather information on the elements that contribute to climate change.
The data challenge for this event is going to focus on how do we use advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing to gain deep insights into all this data that we have on the atmosphere and the environment and temperatures and frequencies, all the variables that's affecting climate change. We have large amounts of data on it. What we're going to be doing here is bringing together climate change specialists, but most importantly, data scientists who are accustomed running algorithms on data to get the insights. And once we understand the patterns and trends of the behavior of these environmental factors, then we could make decisions on what type of solution would be best for the challenge that we're approaching.
He spoke of the significance of the data that can be collected.
We have to use every resource and every technology that we have to make sure that we could plan buildings better, that we could plan our future better. So this is about bringing technologies together, looking at the temperatures, the effect of heat, the effect of hurricanes, the effect of floods, precipitation, sea level rising. Once we could look at the patterns, the historical patterns of what has happened, then we could make predictions about the future. And that's what this is all about. It's about taking our destiny into our hands and basically trying to develop these solutions with the World Bank and Eastern Caribbean Bank, etc.
According to the ECCB, the challenge provides an opportunity for university students and practitioners in the field of data science to showcase a wide variety of data-driven artificial intelligence applications and the potential of AI to reveal deep insights from data sets and inform policy and decision making. The ECCB's 6th Growth and Resilience Dialogue will take place from April 6 to 7 under the theme Climate Resilience, Securing the Future of Small Island Developing States. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Post and Urban Development began a 10-week training program on leadership development for a select number of its employees on Wednesday. In speaking to the training participants during a brief opening ceremony, Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Sean Richards, encouraged the participants to take the training seriously as it is earmarked for their personal and professional development. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Daryl Lloyd, said the training will focus on topics such as the leader that will last the distance, the dynamics of change, effective leadership in the 21st century, and time management. He said the training is, quote, a very, very important exercise and as part of the mandate of the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, end quote. The 10-week training program is being facilitated by Apostle Emmanuel Vivian Duncan. We now move to news on the regional scene. At least 94 people have been killed in mudslides and floods that tore through a mountainous region of Brazil's Rio de Janeiro state, local authorities said. The disaster in the city of Petrópolis followed 3 hours of torrential rain on Tuesday, and Rio de Janeiro Governor Claudio Castro said the number of dead could rise as searchers pick through the wreckage. Almost 400 people have been left homeless, he said. Al Jazeera's Monica Yanikev reports.
After the sudden and unexpected storm, the surge for missing bodies. Emerson Torres said he was able to pull out his mother and one girl before the mud avalanche hit his bar.
Everything fell at once. I never thought I would see something like this.
Hilda lost a niece and her niece's daughter. She's still looking for both and has lost hope.
Yesterday, a man was found alive in the debris. The firefighters pulled him out today in the morning and he was dead. I can't cope with this anymore.
Carla Simões says she's come to pick up clothes and food to take to the shelter where she's sleeping. But like many, she has not yet come to terms with her loss.
I cannot go back to my house because it's unsafe. I lost a niece in the mudslide, but many have lost so much more.
The number of deaths has been growing by the hour after Tuesday's unexpected rainfall,